Hey y'all, it's August the 15th, 2017. I just wanted to check up on y'all and check in on y'all, make sure you're doing alright. You doing alright? I'm glad to hear that. Alright. I thought I would go ahead and put a cap on this whole Charleston thing. I mean, not Charleston, but Charlottesville, wherever this place is, dude. I want to go ahead and put a cap on it and stuff. And I do want to let y'all know that from all I've seen many different people say a lot of things about it. From all I've seen, I want to tell you this. I think something very positive, believe it or not, is going to come out of this horrible disaster, tragedy, nightmare situation, which is inexcusable. I think there's something actually pretty positive is going to come out of it. Alright, and I'll explain to y'all why. But, first of all, let me just dive into it and stuff. Alright, already the whole situation, white supremacists or whatever, KKK or whatever, they got together and they were chanting about white people and stuff with tiki torches. And then the next day, they were having a parade or something. And I didn't even really see anything of the parade. I just saw the calamity that ensued, right? In which all these white supremacist type of people, or perhaps people affiliated with them, they were doing their little rally and stuff, and they got hemmed up. Thing is, what happened is that violence ensued because the problem is that logistically speaking, if you know that people are going to have direct opposition to each other and be very emotional about it, what you're going to want to do is separate them, alright? And the thing is, a lot of people are going to forget, but the First Amendment is a good thing, actually. Alright, people should be able to say whatever they want. No matter how ridiculous and retarded it is, we should be able to stand from a distance and look at them and say, oh my gosh, that's retarded. And just laugh at them and then go home and have a nice dinner. Thing is, that's what we should do. This situation was all messed up because obviously these two groups of people were looking for a fight in one way or another. I mean, whether it be just screaming at each other's faces and spitting on each other and throwing stuff, they were definitely looking for a fight, and that's no good. That's already no good. But if you already know that two groups are going to come together regardless, one of the groups has a permit to be there. Well, as a city, as a damn mayor, as, like the police chief and stuff, you know what? Y'all should see to it that the groups stay separated. And you didn't. In fact, not to blame the cops out there, man. They're put in a terrible position. But what happened is they did the exact opposite and threw them together. Alright, I understand all sort of tragedy. I understand that it was a terrorist situation with the car and everything. That definitely was a terrorist situation. It's like, people shouldn't even have to say it, but I'm going to say it 5 times. Terrorist situation. It was a terrorist situation. That's what he did when he killed that lady. Alright, that lady didn't deserve to die. All sort of people didn't deserve to get injured and blinded and kicked and scraped and scratched and everything. I mean, I'm sure people got stabbed up in there and stuff. Alright? None of those people deserve to die or be hurt, but they also should not have been there. Not any of them. Alright? Not any of them. Alright? And they were kind of tricked into doing so, you notice. Alright? Because for all that tough talk that mayor or that governor or whatever, that guy out there, Terry McAuliffe, for all his tough talk, dude, he couldn't have helped the situation prior. And then meanwhile, he's all like, oh, fuck all these white people and stuff. They need to get up out of here. And he's not talking about white people. Obviously, he's talking about supremacists. And I'm not against calling them out by who they are. I mean, they're white supremacists, I guess. I don't know who they're supreme towards. I really don't know who they're more supreme than. But yeah, you could call them out and tell them to leave, but also as on the side, you could say, hey, everybody else too, with your hate groups and your skin color groups and stuff, y'all could also stay out. Alright, why would you just single out the white folks necessarily? Alright, I mean, you could focus on them because that was who was doing the terrorist activity as far as driving in the cars and coming all weaponized and stuff. They were doing that. Call them out for that. At the same time, are you going to completely just totally ignore and avoid the fact is that other groups do exist and they're the same exact thing but in a different color? Nah, you don't want to bring that up because you know you're afraid of the backlash that you're going to receive from your leftist cult group of followers and stuff, and the little gangs and cliques that you hang around with. Of course, you don't want to say that at all. Right? Meanwhile, you could have prevented the situation largely, but you didn't. But you didn't, and you failed. Meanwhile, everybody who showed up there, alright, none of them deserve to be hurt. I'm sad that they're hurt. I'm sad that the lady died. I'm sad that those 2 cops died who's trying to bring some sort of safety and security to people, but they died too. I'm sad for all that. All the people who showed up to the rally and the protests, every last one of them, to include skinheads and whatever else. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're getting paid by George Soros, and that is on record. I don't care if it's public knowledge that there's actual companies that'll pay you $25 an hour to be a violent protester and stuff, man. They'll give you lunch and everything. And that is public. And that absolutely did take place with the Antifa and whatever else. I don't care who you are showing up there. You're getting paid or not getting paid. You're getting funded by the deep state or not getting funded by the deep state. You show up to one of these things, you're a damn retard, right? And I refute you and I repudiate you. I don't care what skin color you're dancing around talking about who's the best. I refute you. And it's funny because like we live in an age now where Donald Trump has to refute every last person in the world who might have evil in their hearts and stuff. And it's funny, and people just keep asking him, and you're going to notice that. You're going to notice reporters just keep asking him, Donald, will you refute this? Donald, will you refute that? Donald, will you refute this? Can you refute it harder? Please? Please? And everybody's going to look at this freak named David Duke, and they're going to be like, you know, he endorses Donald Trump, therefore Donald Trump's a bad guy. Alright? That is a retarded, suicidal way of thinking. Alright? But like I said, anybody, everybody, if you know it's going to be like, oh, we're this color of people, we're victims, oh, we got to speak out for ourselves, let's go have a rally. You show up to that, God bless you, you can do whatever you want, you're a retard, straight up and down. You're all the way retarded, all the way around you. Alright, you have a bubble of retardation that follows you wherever you go. Alright, people who show up because they're getting paid by these companies all sort of money because they don't have a job and stuff like that. People getting paid like this, showing up to anything like this, anything like it, showing up at all. I mean, without just standing at a far distance with binoculars laughing at people. If you show up to this at all, you're a damn retard. And at this point, you do have it coming. As far as violence and stuff, you're asking for it. You're bringing weapons and stuff to a rally. What is this? Gangs in New York or something? Alright, you are a retard from here on out. But here's the good part. And I said there was a good part. And it is good. I really think that most people are stepping back and looking at Charleston, looking at the fact that people are losing their lives, looking at the fact that it does look like a whole lot like gangs of New York, and they're thinking, I don't want to show up to one of these no more. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, there's people out there, you know, and I'm sure they're dancing around talking about their color, talking about their victimhood all day. I'm sure that there are people who still feel like their color is supreme. Even they're like, dude, I'm not going to show up to this. Why would I show up to this? Alright? It's a guaranteed fight. Either I'm going to end up in jail or probably dead or maced in my face. People spitting all on my face. No. I'm not going to show up to this. And so that is the good thing. That's what everybody's learning. I think you're going to have a major majority of the country realizing, hey, don't show up to these things. It does not make sense. You are going to be the loser irregardless. Alright? And that's really good. Now, there's still going to be people who are still going to be struggling so bad that they'll get paid by George Soros and his gang of buddies. Alright? They're still going to go out there and they're still going to get into fights, this Antifa and this communist stuff. That's what they want to do. They don't have anything better to do with their lives. Alright? There's still going to be people like Black Lives Matters, by the way. And all these disgusting, like, just shameful white supremacy groups or whatever they are, they're still going to be out there. And they might get into melees and scuffles and stuff. Alright? They're all damn retards. We should watch them from a distance and laugh at their retardation, dude. What are they, in the Hungry Games or something like that? Alright? I don't feel like you're gonna see a Charlottesville anymore. Because it really doesn't matter how dumb that we are. I don't think we're that dumb. I really don't think we're that dumb. Yeah, and that's some good news. Anyways, I'll holler at y'all. I'm going to let Mark Ruffalo keep me posted on the situation, and I'll holler at y'all next time. It's August the 15th, 2017.